expanding towards ShoWTimE.
Yeah, this is what I wanted. I was very curious because this is all happening at a phase of the game. It's too early for Sen to know where ShoWTimE spawned, right? Since his first Overlord didn't go to his base. Does this third base positioning have any potential repercussions as the game progresses forward? Will it be easier for ShoWTimE to push, or will it be easier for Sen to be maybe aggressive himself?
Yeah, I mean, it can go both ways. It truly depends on how they want to play it. But if you truly want to do something about that base, if you're ShoWTimE, then you also know you're extremely committed to that build. There is no such thing as like, let me just test the waters and see if I can do something about it. Because then if you fail, the counterattack is going to be very strong.
Because it can hit you so fast.
Exactly, and it's going to hit you a lot harder than it normally would. So
来，再宣传一
I
下
think。it's shaping up.
我就是那条雌尊鱼，我现在充满力量了。谢谢你，95277。
I find it very unlikely that Sen would have multiple queens in every base and
Squad
crawlers in every base. So I would really appreciate an Oracle here. And
Considering how late the spawning pool is, having
等一下啊
queens is tough, and the spore crawlers are an additionally expensive investment
好
to，make
神
this
族这场是打一
and it's hard to
个
connect
裸
the
装
second
必须
to
开，
third base. So I would really like to see us.
然后虫族
So far
圣那边
it's
是
Stalker. Well, it could be Stalker into
裸
Stargate,
三
but maybe it's just going to be some game.
哎，感谢
Maybe ShoWTimE.
央样，哎，是吗？你是央样吗？央院原养养源，感谢你的斗内$1，爱看胜的比赛。他说爱看胜的比赛。
Or is this sort of like a two-base setup? Has ShoWTimE shown too much two-base in this group?
It's a temporary full wall up. It's like he's paranoid.
No, I think his Zealot's blocking it.
好，
He can squeeze by the
来到比
Zealot.
赛。
But
王俊王说什么
yeah,
啊？这
sorry,
个
I missed that one.
现在还没开始嘛，还没刚开始哎。
ShoWTimE is
这是我们那个8、9月份的那个干爹感谢机会抽奖的奖品，那个罗技的 G310啊，罗技的 G310， 9月中会抽啦，应该是9月13号、15号，我到时候再看看。然后我再要那个 Wild Force 那个台北 LAN Party 那一次的票啊，如果说我要到，我确定我要到的话，那个也会拿来当做抽奖的奖品，在那个 Wild Force 之前抽。但是如果没要到就没有，有要到的话就有的抽。好，10张吧，如果有要到的话，没要到就没有。然后这个键盘是确定有的。 给干爹，就是我会从那个订阅名单里面抽。好，是这样。
Where you know there's just no gas for the Zerg. This is going to be quite hard to deal with.
好，这边神族一狂前压，然后有一个潜水机，几兵营啊？6兵营的。
I wouldn't even be able to tell you.
这个神族是要打一波哎。
Very strong attack coming in, and I mean I only have so much experience with 7-gate, 8-gate type builds. Unfortunately, Huck's not casting this one, Roddy.
You know, if I was ShoWTimE right now, I would warp in 4 or 5 stalkers first. There we go, 3 stalkers being warped in, and after that you'll start getting.
这侦察到啊，
you
侦
want
察
to
到
get 4, 5, 6 stalkers, because in this moment you know the only thing he's working with are slow Zerglings, and stalkers are phenomenal.
这怎么看都
As long as they won't be
46
surrounded,
农
that is of course the most important thing is ShoWTimE don't get your stalkers get surrounded.
And Zerglings are trying to hit from behind and pick off some.
不要咬这个啊，咬这干嘛？ 咬这水塔干嘛？
But there's a pretty good chain of pylons. Now Zergling speed's about to finish. There's a lot of Zerglings in production. How many does he need to actually stop this attack?
Infinity.
我觉得守住了，我觉得守住了
He's gonna need a lot.
我觉得可以，46农可以守住了，你看不是不狗，哇，这神奇的包狗，哇，然后2只后虫在点那个母舰核心点得到，母舰核心，哇，守住了，毫无悬念。 毫无悬念。你们看到那个后虫还在抖脚，有没有一个抖脚过来杀母舰核心？还有这场胜他够小心哦，他是树3只，他是裸3之后直接先盖瓦斯再盖狗池，所以他狗速才够快。哎，刚是我们订阅那个 Love You 52024 9个月干爹，感谢你。不用打了，就进去啊！哇，这失误超大，这失误超级大，超级大失误。但是好像没有包什么。刚圣急着想把那个上面，哎，这进去啊，进去，来，哦，不敢。
I guess it trims the fat a little bit.
Dr. Dario is often right.
I wouldn't mind hearing TLO's voice in my head from time to time.
Well, I've watched
不能哦。哦，这立场不错哦，4个立场隔到1条狗哦，各位，4个立场隔到1条狗。
There's a Hydra down on the way. With there's no tech on the map for ShoWTimE. He has no tech.
I kind of feel that ShoWTimE is going to make another 7-gate attack, but he probably doesn't have a whole lot of faith in this one, Nathan. I can't blame him. Even though the Hydras are late, but Roaches are already phenomenal against this army because it's only Zealots and Sentries. Of course, Sen could still technically mess this up. You know, Protoss have done crazier things than this.
I've experienced a lot of that myself, Kev, as these Zealots continue to push you.
剩不到6级，然后这波蟑螂需要一点时间，把蟑螂爆出来。这个立场隔到蟑螂很尴尬。哦，可以啊，可以，我觉得守住，妈，可以，我觉得守住，胜这要赢的，这蟑螂爆出来。哎呀，这人家2矿而已哦。
Yeah, I mean, Sen is having the time of his life. He's still ahead by 9 workers. He has 23 roaches. That's actually enough to do is a rush off creep and fight that Protoss army. Roaches are very beefy. These units, Sentries and Zealots, are just not good against roaches in this particular scenario. Of course, there are moments where force fields can be very useful. But right now, I think
好，包上去，这直接包上去了，不用想了，包上去就赢了。他想捋扣，对不对？用刺蛇去点那个母舰核心，把它点爆，母舰核心。哦，可以走，不过没用啊，神族就2矿而已，没什么搞头。拉一只王总去他3矿拉死。
A forge is a very weird choice, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe make a bunch of cannons, try to go up to 3 bases, but I would kind of say the Desperation Robo is your go-to move. But by the time that you have your first Robo units, the first Vipers are out as well.
Yeah, there's no siege tanks in this army to turtle behind or do anything weird with, so I'm honestly not sure what the best move here is. Sen is just so far ahead. He's getting his infestation pit, it's about to finish. He's got his Hydralisk range coming in, his roach speed is finishing up, getting +1 attack, adding on more drones, adding on more Hydralisks. Everything is coming up Sen right now.
I think this is where you channel your inner alpha.
像神族这样2矿1波失败，对不对？他现在会想的叫做铁龟防守3矿，不然就是再打1波。而且基本上大部分都是想要再打1波，所以你只要工兵不要补得太爽，你就爆兵。他开3矿就 A 他，他想打1波，那你爆兵你也不会怕。就你经济不要太差，但是要补点龙，但是你不要补过头。像胜，你看啊，胜他就是60农啊，60农的话就是4气3矿满营运就是60农。那他就这样子，然后一直爆蟑螂，然后有多的气就爆一点刺蛇，这样就很好守。好，拉开阵型。人家那个又没科技，对不对？他就只有立场了。好，胜这边提了3本。
Force Woods are good, Nate, and over the years...
Are they that good, Roddy?
Over the years, I would say, you know, every once in a blue moon, Protoss have got a victory they perhaps didn't totally deserve because of a cheeky force field here and there. And that's kind of what ShoWTimE is hoping for now, but Sen... I love how Sen is playing this, man. He's look at how he's setting himself up.
这个立场隔得有点神秘，他想吃上面的兵，逼战了，哇，这立场，这立场，但是实在是没办法，因为神族没科技啊，这个而且还发生一点失误，刚刚他的部队在原地绕圈圈，1-0。这场打的有点太简单了，那个神族的打法太简单了。这场神族是打裸双 BG 开，然后打7兵1波了。这，等等，我看一下胜是有侦查到，我回去一点点，让我看一下胜的侦查。这里吧，从这边开始关键。这边神族打了7兵营，然后我看一下胜是有侦查到什么东西哦。胜不到36农，然后狗数提了。往后一点。哦，有，关键来，我告诉你为什么胜能这波能守住。你们看啊，这边你们看这个3矿这边有一只王虫在往上飞，但是胜其实已经有意识到，因为对方的母舰核心飞出来了，然后他这边有看到一只追猎，所以他觉得有怪怪的感觉，他是开始爆狗。然后这时候王虫，你们看啊，他3矿王虫飞进去，看到他没有开气。 这时候胜基本上可以80%以上确定对方一定是要打一波。因为你看胜是从3框那边飞过去的嘛，然后胜在他的那个三角形的这个3框那边有放一条狗，所以今天神族在7分半的时候还没有开347器，要么就是打一波，要么就是开3框。那他3框已经确定没开了，那就是打一波了。所以说这胜这时候就是毛起来爆兵了，这样反场也盖下去。这时候他之后一确定马上盖这样反场，然后开始爆兵。
And Zerglings are trying to hit from behind and pick off some of these pylons that are being used to power the warp-in reinforcements. But there's a pretty good chain of pylons. Now Zergling speed's about to finish. There's a lot of Zerglings in production.
胜的喷卵也是蛮确实的，才有办法那么多条狗一直爆。
Infinity, Nate. Infinity. He's gonna need a lot of them. This is very smart. Now he's getting Zealot to protect the Stalkers. Stalkers are a little bit exposed though.
然后这边有一个关键，这边神族没有想到说狗会这样切进来。如果今天神族部队追猎跟狂战士是粘在一起，粘成一坨的话，这时候胜的部队包上来，胜还不一定会赢。但是因为神族的部队追猎跟狂战士分开，所以让这些狗的输出面积是很大的，狗基本上每一只都有输出到，所以这一场胜能够打赢，跟神族部队的阵型也是有差的。你看，几乎每条狗都有输出到。那我们现在假设，我们想象一下，这些追猎跟这些狂战士如果是站在一起的话，那胜就只有最里面那一排的狗咬得到，旁边的狗都会绕圈圈，那这样这一波就不一定守得住。我是觉得胜这场应该是都能守住，只是在刚刚那种情况下，胜会守得比较辛苦一点。那这一场我们看到他这种情况下是玩手，他打完以后狗还有一大堆，是玩手。好，下一场。
Lot to overcome from his Taiwanese opponent in the northwest, the blue Zerg Sen.
I've always felt a little bit that ShoWTimE is a newer generation of Hazuops. I don't know why. I think they listen to the same type of music as well, but they're very similar when it comes to the way they play Protoss. And most of the time they are very passive. Every now and then they throw in a cheese. But once the game goes past 3-4 bases, they just sit back and they almost never attack. We'll see how ShoWTimE is going to go with his first building this game on Coda. If it's going to be a gateway opening or a Nexus, it would be extremely risky to go a blind Nexus first. Again, with your tournament live on the line.
我被那个星海宝石有点强，不胡。真的有点强。
I can't blame him. Like Cactus Valley 4-player map, you know, why not? And also Nexus first into 7 gate. That's pretty much, you know, the hardest fest, the 7 gate you can go for. Yeah. So once again, extra compliments to Sen for defending it the way he did, because that's not easy.
And Sen checked his natural and his third base as well, looking for possible proxy locations. He went all the way out to that third base. And now the probe will come in. He'll see that it's a quick hatchery, so he has nothing to fear. You know, he doesn't need to rush up to any sort of defense. Doesn't need to quickly finish off his wall. He can just freely expand and then probably take his gas after that, I'd imagine.
I think he has already dropped the fake pylon early today, so if he does it again, there's a good chance that Sen won't actually do 7 or 8 drones.
这场胜该不会拉6只吧？没必要拉6只，拉4只就好。有，胜这场就很正常啊。为什么上场拉6只？你看，这就是我说的3只，对。3只，你看水鸟在这边嘛，一只工兵在这边打，一只工兵在这边打，一只工兵在这个地方打，然后一只工兵跟着这只探测机，4只就可以很轻松的守下来。但是这一场神族是骗人的，所以说就是至少就是安全，就是你拉4只是安全，你拉6只就是会亏。如果说对方是骗你就亏，但当然如果说对方没骗你的话，你拉6只是很好守，超好守。
Any variety of one base play or super fast tech, because getting the Nexus that quick also means delaying the gas.
Of course, this is not a super greedy opening by Sen. It's not, you know, hatch pull like he did on Cactus Valley, but it's still gas. It could be hatch pull into another hatch, and that's.
It looks like he's trying. That probe is showing some love to that drone, just kind of blocking the path. Do not allow it to plant a hatchery.
Yeah, it's playing tag team.
So one of my favorite things about this map is that the word lockdown is literally on the third base, and I can use literally unironically in this instance. He has that third base locked down with the pylon now.
Todd loves it too. You know how much good old Todd loves it.
Well, Todd and I just have so much in common.
Absolutely.
好，3框这边所以他还是取消。
Start now for Sen. but he did start his queens earlier, so it's delayed a little longer. Can't quite afford it. Now, what type of play does ShoWTimE want to make off 2 bases? Roddy, if he's going to go for that +2 Blink Stalker setup, how does he get there?
Probably just a soft pressure with 3 gateways. He could potentially drop a 4th gate as well, because he knows that the gas is going to be late, that speed is going to be late, but it just doesn't seem to be his thing, you know. Huck said it earlier today, Huck loves doing the 4-gate pressure, and I can't blame him. I personally, as a pros player, I love it as well. But it's just one of those things, you're either like good at it and confident with it, or you're not. And it just seems like whenever ShoWTimE is going for such, you know, aggressive openings, it doesn't seem to go his way. So I would almost say just let him get away with that greedy opening and do your own thing. Maybe a very, very soft 3-gate pressure, but then go up to 3 bases behind it. And just
慢3后，先补农。他是先把后虫补起来，然后才开3后。ShoWTimE 这边的话，ShoWTimE这边BG， 然后开矿，然后深科技。感觉是要打一个3开啦，你看他那个哨兵已经补了，感觉是要打一个3开，补到3兵营。
Good job there by the Overlord turning around. He's going to spot those 2 gateways in the main base. And that is, it's nice to know, but once again, I don't think it's rocket science that we will see a 3-gate into 3 base with Twilight and eventually a Robo. The question is, when will we build the Robo? Because if the Robo is going to be very late, if it's Twilight 40 to 8 gates and then Robo, there is a small chance that Sen maybe goes double Roach Warren with Tunneling Claws. That I think is actually a very good answer to these super late Robo builds, but we'll see. Maybe Sen doesn't feel the same way.
这是上礼拜6的比赛，上礼拜6半夜的比赛。好，补到3兵营，这个 BF 准备要开3矿。但是这公兵被追啊，所以开不了。他这个开法是比较安全一点开法，他是补的，他这样子流程啊，等等可以再刷3哨兵，所以等到你爆狗要过来 A 的时候，他会有6只哨兵加上1只狂战士，是相对来说比较稳一点的开局。好，公兵可能要死，公兵被敲了，那6只哨兵嘛。然后等等会再刷3哨兵，9只哨兵，然后光炮做起来。哦，圣这边有点爆兵有点多哦，这波兵有点多哦，这个我觉得不会成功啊。这地方对神族来说太好守。哇，圣这一波感觉要亏啊，这立场隔一个你还是咬不了啊。然后圣人这个会亏啊。好，这时候可以来个回马包，回马包，还可以，哇，超赚，哇，嘎赖，这个超赚，哇，嘎赖了，你知道吗但是就结果来看，因为圣这一波狗爆的，他是牺牲了他的卵嘛，他牺牲他爆工兵的卵，然后用这些狗来换掉那些哨兵的话，我是觉得小赚我觉得没有赚，我觉得结果来看是5-5波，但是如果说刚刚那一波哨兵没有包到的话，胜就是亏爆，就是可能就4-6了吧，4-6差不多4-6。但刚刚有包到那些哨兵，我觉得至少他的情形是5-5波。那圣杀在存钱哦，你们不要看他好像人口持平，他是在存钱，要爆赤蛇。
If it works, congratulations, Sen. For the 2nd time in 8 tries, you will make it to WCS Premier League round of 16. If it doesn't work, I think we're going to game 3. There's almost
好，爆了一波狗，赤蛇先把这个岩石咬爆。那等等圣会从那个3矿左边那边进攻。升了赤蛇的远程。如果说你们今天是要打赤蛇狗压制啊，早期的压制要记得升的是射程，不是升速度，升速度没有差。重点是你在交战的时候，你的赤蛇要有射程，这样威力比较强。然后等等把那个岩石打掉后，后面就不要续赤蛇，续狗。如果你想要把对方一波打死的话，就是要续狗。一波打伤了，应该不要说打死打伤。好，再来这一波直接从2-3矿这边过来，狗可能要等一下， 刺蛇还没有到啊！哇哇！狗送光了，狗送光会遇到什么问题？狗送光的问题就是等等刺蛇就没有肉盾了。哇，别这有点拼啊！这个没有狗当肉盾的话，这刺蛇不能打啊。
Now the Hydras are trying to make a move up here, but like you said, that whole position actually nothing is moving close enough to the force fields because
立场快没了， 大概剩5发吧。1、2、3，哦，可能不到5发哦，3发还是4发吧。好，直接上来，这些这个可以打 PP， 追猎 PP 被他敲了 ，PP 哦，追猎突然飞起来。哎呀，圣没有带金场王，怎么办？那个 OB 就打掉了。
He's in a good position. He just needs to actually get in a good position to fight.
哦，不是，抱拳是从神族。好，对，母箭核心点掉，母箭核心。哇，没点掉。不要点哦，他点大光炮，他点主宝，他点主宝。哎，还可以，这个结局我觉得神族虫族 OK。62农，不行啊，死太多兵了。这等于是圣用所有的兵力去换了一个矿而已。不想要爆炸，人家哨兵闪追可以过来，那个圣根本没必要。
It's pretty strong. Is it strong enough to walk up a ramp and fight against Hydras? Maybe. It depends on the force fields then, I guess.
Yeah, it will be very difficult for either side, to say the least. The blink control will need to be perfect. The positioning will need to be perfect from Sen.
You know, like losing the Nexus always hurts, but he didn't really lose any of the workers, and I think that's the most important thing. He's still on 66 probes. That's pretty solid, you know. There's nothing wrong with 66 workers for a Protoss that's on 3 bases. He's queuing up his first Immortal. The Phoenix is just seeing that there is no infestation pit yet. There is no hive on the way.
哦，还好刚刚那个ShoWTimE没有第一时间反打。如果第一时间反打，我觉得圣刚可能就爆。但是现在他退回去，变成这场比赛还有变数。ShoWTimE强不强啊？WCS 第一季的时候，他是飞韩第一神族，因为他是唯一打到8强的神族选手。飞韩神族选手，他是唯一打到8强的。那时候他是以成绩来说，他是WCS 飞韩第一神族。
Yeah, I think blinding. Well, Fungo can be okay, but I feel most of the time when you want to win games with Fungo, I kind of feel you need better upgrades. And since he's down in upgrades, I'm worried that sentries will still.
Okay. So say Vipers would be, if he could have one thing.
哦，打到4强哦，4强。
If he was a rich boy.
Yeah, abducting the Immortal
too, and then. 阵型展开了，完蛋，这个虫族打不赢了。立场放的还不错，立场放的不错。
Force fields, of course, just perfect. Couldn't really be any better.
Makes that army look so fierce. Just kills everything and doesn't even flinch.
It's like we don't even have to run towards you to kill you. We just stand here and every now and then we shoot our lasers.
That's how all my games versus Protoss feel like, Roddy.
It's funny when all the Protoss jokes about A move.
ShoWTimE 阵型把握的还不错。
Yeah, man. All I do is press my H and you watch your army.
纳尼瓦最近没什么成绩。
It's gonna be very confusing when people hear F2H. Like you pull all the units and then you tell all the units to stop moving.
怎么突然变那么大？这画面那么大，知道怎么看
？Redefining Protoss bias.
Sniping at Fort Base, ShoWTimE, of course.
画面会太大一点。
Doesn't look touchable.
How many stalkers is that? It's ridiculous. 40. He has 40 stalkers.
Yeah, with 3 Immortals.
I love there is still one thing on the map for Sen. Where is it? Let's find it.
Where is he hiding?
He's the captain. He's like, come on, guys. Come on.
Join me, brothers.
Follow my lead. We can get him. And these roasting Hydras are like, you don't know what we have to deal with. He's like,
this guy.
He's like, no. I've been around since the start, man. I've taken down Nexuses, killed sentries, got a Zealot. Just follow me. Have faith.
这兵力已经有差距了。神族 EA 虫族就要爆了。又要转闪电了。今天看到ShoWTimE他打神族的打虫族的营运方式就是其实他每一场的打3开的方式都一样哦，他流程都一样哦。3兵营1 BF 开3矿，然后用 3矿开的时候会有会有1只狂寒再加3只哨兵去开，然后接下来会补到9只哨兵，然后之后出闪追，然后不修整，然后再转闪电，他是这样打。这是他的营运的一个大致上的营运的方式的流程方向，大方向应该这样说。
In my, in my Gold League Zerg world, I imagine that he starts to spire with that hive and just goes straight for Brood Lords and just really throws the deep.
啊，圣有转飞蟒，但是还是没办法。你双喷加飞蟒，你还是打不赢这部队啊！这部队有闪电有反馈。
No, can't.
I mean, he has 2,500 minerals, I guess. I love how there are 2 drones in the army as well. Those drones are really eager. They've been there for a while. They want to fight too.
That one ling. That one ling is still alive, by the way. For those of you curious.
Of course, everyone's curious.
Still alive and kicking.
We got Billy the Marine. This is Geico the Zergling.
I can dig it. 3 Phoenix.
这样的营运有空窗期吗？我觉得不大。我觉得这空窗期不大。
ShoWTimE has to be a little bit careful.
Well, I mean, there's Templar. There's storms. Yeah, hold position your Hydras under storms.
今天的那个 Bion， 今天的 Bion 打那个谁啊？你看这被反馈嘛？那个 Bion 打那个神族是谁啊？他那个今天 Bion 打法就是啊，他就知道对方会这样打嘛。就是用ShoWTimE这个大概这个运营模式在打，他就是一样也是爆兵之后对爆双喷，然后真空投直接投一船，不是投不到，投在8船嘛，到人家主矿之后打双线就直接神族就崩了，因为他这个打法会能够守住是建立在立场跟大光炮，那你今天有用空投的话，你等于是把他的部队拉扯掉了。然后他前面的话就是打得很透，就是裸3，然后龙就补满，然后补满以后就爆兵，然后就空投就结束。哦，打 trap 是 OK。说真的，ShoWTimE的立场真的放得普普通通，没有说特别好，但是放得很冷静。打啊，这么不好打，这神族打啊！这神族怎么可能会怕那5只蟑螂啊？莫名其妙的。打完以后，对，那兵过来，这立场再隔一下就好。
He's safe. He's safe. But he also doesn't have his binoculars on, so he can't see that little shimmer.
Oh my God! They can go for the hive. They can go for the Great Aspire as well. You kind of need this hive, man. If you lose a hive, no more Vipers. We've seen this scenario before. If one trench fuse goes down, I think he should be able to save it, but he needs to start.
再讲解 VOD。上礼拜6以下。
He's got energy.
Storms being dropped in that northeast area. More blinding clouds. Those expensive units are all still alive.
这真的是被电甲。
That's a good force.
差不多了。
A lot of these roads and hideouts will go down immediately. The Vipers were forgotten about.
而且这个啊，这个谁ShoWTimE他不合白球，像最前面的2只震荡，我是明明就没磨，他也不合，然后他把后面那2只有磨合起来，这也是蛮奇葩的。
Doesn't seem likely. He's doing everything he can to defend. Where are those Broodlords going to finish, by the way?
On the north side here.
Okay, so
it's a good spot actually. I do like that because how many times haven't we seen?
You can't just blink under that.
Exactly.
Not
blink on them, and then we always say,
you know, if StarCraft let you, then he could throw away 40 Stalkers in an instant. Whoa, the Templar! That was actually just threw away. He actually threw away all of his storms.
But the most important thing for Sen, for ShoWTimE, is that he has denied a forward base of Sen, and Sen is right now going to probably lose his hive as well. He's going to try to save it, but I think this time there's too much DPS in these Zealots and Dark Templars. Our German Protoss is playing this so well, so solid. You know, there's really no need for him to go for 7 gates. Just play like this. He could actually blink below that right now, Nate.
Yeah, I think when he sees these, he may consider doing that.
大龙被跳脸 ，Oh my God！ 也没有绿雾放慢了，继续。刚大龙位置放好，我觉得还有的打。但是胜的4矿已经被砍了，胜的4矿跟5矿都被砍了。
Why? Yeah, exactly. Why would you even bother?
Like sometimes it's just in your mind. It's like, hey, you know, technically speaking.
为什么他拿一个奇怪的球在那边按摩？有没有看到这边有一个橘色的东西？这是ShoWTimE来按摩他的手掌。
One of the most interesting moments of that previous game is still this map. This time I have a Nate.
他们的最后一场。
There are no probes running across, Kevin. None at all. This is it. This is the deciding map. The final game tonight here. You're watching the World Championship Series Group C here in the round of 32 for Premier League in the Northwest. We have the blue Zerg player representing Taiwan. He is Sen, who is very difficult to kill in the early game, as we have learned, as he faces off against the red Protoss from Germany, ShoWTimE.
ShoWTimE.
Who is looking for his 4th appearance in the round of 16. It's surprising to see how long ShoWTimE has been around already. His first Premier League in 2013. I think that was a very
就像是你血液不循环的时候，手指要握着再放开，让手动一动。
It's cooler though when you think about the way that the World Championship Series system has changed. That we get to see these players in person so much earlier in the tournament. A lot of these guys that would make it to the round of 32, but usually never get any face time. Now we actually get to see them in person. We get a little bit easier understanding. And you know, he's grown on me. I think he's pretty cool.
No, he's a great guy. He's the new generation of Hazuops. You know, it was hard to have a scene without Hazuops, as Hazuops is a true Blizzard game specialist.
好，公民过来侦查。
He's done them all now. Yeah. He's actually done them all.
Yeah.
And this is
yeah, he actually played in competitive Hearthstone, Warcraft, Starcraft, and now he's a professional Heroes of the Storm player. Hazuops is a true specialist.
And I can't wait to see him in his new Overwatch team as well at some point.
yeah. You know Hazu's gonna be Overwatch BlizzCon material for sure.
So we have
不是啊
very fast hatchery being built at ShoWTimE's goal.
有一种棒子啊，
Kevin,
长这个样子。
Well, most likely this is going
有一
to
种
be
棒子，你可以按来按肩膀。你有看过那种棒子吗？比赛的时候带着那个去，然后按摩手掌，应该也可以吧？
A couple of drones will be transferred, and a few drones will morph into spine crawlers, and then with a couple of spine crawlers and queens.
圣这边直接裸人家的黄金矿啊，这个
try to break the natural
这好眼熟的打法，这个好像之前那个谁啊，小李用过，小李吗？
It's game over. However, the last time I saw this,
好，被侦查到。
massive scout, by the way, so important for ShoWTimE. He sees this, and now I wonder, what are you going to do about it? I think getting a cannon or getting a forge very quickly is very useful. Getting a couple of cannons on the low ground, I think that's always very useful. But the last time I saw Zerg do this, Nate, he tacked up to layer and he went up to Hydralisk. And it was a Zerg against Liu Bao. I think it was sort of, actually. Yeah, it was WCS Challenger. Sort of did it. He went for Hydralisk. I personally think just relying on basic units, staying on hatchery tag, and just going for queen spines. I think that's
蟑螂哎，等下圣这个游戏哦，圣这个感觉是要打蟑螂狗一波。
Once they get this contain on you, like, how does he really scout now?
Well, I think like if the Zerg has a very low economy, even if you're contained on 2 bases, you know, who cares? You can basically have 48 probes mining efficiently on 2 bases, and you're going to be able to go up to Colossus and stuff, or a lot of Immortals, and you should be fine. I think
these builds were a lot scarier when Swarm hosts were the old ones.
Exactly, like that's where it gets very scary. But right now I feel about Zerg, it's about hitting as hard and
这个什么蛋的没有用过了，按摩的那个按摩肩膀的棒子倒是有，超粗，这么粗，拿起来蛮重的。按摩完以后肩膀舒服了，手倒是酸了。
Same thing as I was expecting, and that is queens and spines. Now ShoWTimE sees he's like, roaches? He's like, really? Roaches? Well, okay.
They built so close, right? They built so close.
好，蟑螂来了，蟑螂来了，这一波压力很大。神族这边完全没有意识到哦，他没盖光炮，这他爆了。哇 ！Artos 拍人，有动，而且大光炮 CD 那个能量还不够。母舰核心，母舰核心，母舰核心。 这要爆炸，这要爆炸。
I'm very worried actually. Yeah, there is.
第二层。
It's hard to keep renewing this wall because there's almost no DPS in this pro.
好，进来。
立
场。其实ShoWTimE他的防守防的还不错哎，他还蛮冷静的。我认真讲，他还蛮冷静的。哦，这边有洞。哇！上斜坡啦。 哎，圣这波很重要，圣这波没打死、没打伤或没打死的话就输了。这是大招。
Zerglings on top of the probes, running back to that natural expansion, desperately trying to stay alive.
I would say it's not 100% over yet. There's going to be a cannon soon. It's still 2 bases. He needs to keep the Nexus alive though, but I don't think there is enough units. I kind of feel like you have to pull the probes back.
按摩肩膀的棒子，好吗？
I think this Nexus is going to die, and if the Nexus dies in the main base, it's a 1 base total. If I'm Sen right now and I kill this Nexus, and it is going to go down indeed. From this point on, Nate, I'd make drones. I'm happy.
What a
GG 这个 ShoWTimE 没救了。
ShoWTimE, all these sentries getting picked off the roaches, still hanging tight. And
they can actually run into the net.
哇，这样的话就确定 ShoWTimE 这一季没有办法晋级16强。
He can kill a few more workers. ShoWTimE with only 12 probes left. I really felt he should have got a quicker forge, man. And Sen, after being in Premier League for 7 times and only making it into the round of 16 once, it seems like he's going to be able to do it again, Nate. He bounced
deep sigh out of ShoWTimE.
Yeah, he knows, man. He knows that this is one hell of an uphill battle from this point.
Yeah, against Xerg with a gold base, now going up to Lair. Like, how do you finish this, Kev? You want style points? Tell me, give me the style point option.
The style point option? Now you're asking me something, Nate. I would say 1 Ultralisk supported by 22 Queens.
That would be pretty hardcore.
That's style.
And just like, you like stutter step the Ultralisk forward and just transfuse it.
And an army of WCS.
Okay, I can dig that too.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate style point. The much more realistic option, because they're playing for, you know, a lot of money, is just make a bunch of Hydralisk and break the front. Like, that is what I would do if there's no money on the line, you know?
Yeah.
But given that there is a round of 16 ticket on the line, I think the Hydralisk then is a slightly better option than a 2-base Ultralisk stack with a bunch of queens.
Yeah.
Even though I'm convinced, Nate, it would work.
Okay, as long as we agree on that.
Yeah,
I think Flying Locust would be a pretty funny way to end this.
哦，尖长王虫进来啊！通常神族看到尖长王虫飞进来，第一个你要想到的是对方是要出飞塔。哦，你们要有这个概念。人家虫族2本这么早的，出飞塔机会非常高。但是这场不一样哦，这场对方是开2矿在你的黄金矿，所以你要想到说对方是有可能出刺蛇。那所以说他接下来要防刺蛇。
39 drones against 23 probes. It's been a very interesting year for ShoWTimE. He made it to the semi-finals of WCS Premier League Season 1. And everyone is like, well, we've got a new Protoss on the block, Nate. He is the coolest kid on the block right now.
哦，这边在打出，
不是。ShoWTimE just knows it. He can't save this game anymore. And Sen, for the 2nd time in his career, will make it to the round of 16.
Yeah, very well played and a well executed attack.
所以这样胜就确定晋级16强啦。好吧，那个哈斯的比赛我们就明天讲好了，好不好？我们明天11点，明天晚上11点我们来讲哈斯的比赛。知道怎么防刺蛇啊？抱歉。防不了，怎么防啊？根本没办法啊！因为你前面已经太亏，那输定了。但如果说你是正常，就是你打完以后可能4-6波或者5波的话，你如果要防刺蛇，基本上，我觉得好像也没什么特别好方法，就兵要比对方多了。但是防飞塔的话，你就是该 BS 出凤凰就好。我们要看胜的那个访问啊！我们来看胜的访问哈。
But I think my react not as good at, but
especially against ShoWTimE
in
that last game. I mean, we were pleasantly surprised through and through though from Sen's performance today, Chris.
Yeah, I always said that obviously you're an older player, you've been around for a long time. It seems that in general, when you come to a tournament, you're either like pretty good or not good at all. And you actually seem very good shape. Have you been practicing a lot lately, or?
Yeah, but I think my react not as good as before. Yeah. I think maybe edge a little bit.
You're like reaction time?
Yeah. Just like before, maybe I only take like very easy to control my eyes on the small mini map. Yes. But now it's really hard for me to focus on the micro and the mini map
at the same time.
Yeah, so it's really hard for me.
Yeah, but in general, throughout the day, it seemed like as the day went on, you got better and better, skill-wise. You seem to be playing better and better. In this game in particular, obviously you're in a lot of rough shape. ShoWTimE had a very big army. What's going through your mind there? You're up 1-0, you're losing that second game. Do you just think, all right, Terraform, I have this strategy in my mind, or?
No, in my opinion, my strategy with mass loading in the early pressure, I think I very successful. But I have no idea why my Hydra didn't win. I think I thought I will be win by Hydra push after my Zing. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe I should watch the replay.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have a chance to go back and look at that.
甚至说他不是2场都打赤蛇狗压制嘛，但是都失败，他不知道为什么。
A lot of us were wondering because just before your match,
其实我觉得关键是他的狗送掉了，他狗送掉赤蛇才上去，没有肉盾。
Did that bother you at all going into this game?
I think this strategy I tried before. I think only work when Porter's not going to forge first, just no cannon. Yeah, and I see he against Zedong, he always like this style, never cannon first. So that's why. And I think this map is really hard to find my second base because a lot of players he need to find. So
that other gold base, your natural.
Yeah. And I make my hedge on is not gold base.
Yes.
So it's really hard for him to score. And that's why I'm successful.
Yeah, I mean, you played it off very well. Of course, very decisive.
然后第3场他是说，因为他打了跟那个ShoWTimE打了6场，他都不盖光炮，所以他就决定用这个打法。然后后面对方守住以后，因为很亏了，因为他已经很亏了，所以说他后面就是直接接赤蛇，从他那个黄金光接赤蛇。因为他前面很亏关系，所以那个赤蛇是不可能守住的，甚至这样讲，他是说不可能守住，所以他才出赤蛇。好吧，那今天就讲到这边了。我们明天那个，我明天应该在讲解之前就会先开直播，然后11点整的时候我们来讲 Has 的那9场，对，那3个 BO 3的比赛。好，明天再讲。好吧，那我先关喽，我还有事情。好，先这样，拜拜。什么打叉叉是怎样？哦，我以为你要给我打叉叉的。好啦，关喽，明天见喽，再会各位。
It sucks because I feel like he felt he was confident going up against Sen. I said he had that cute smile, and then he loses. And it's hard.
啊，对哦，等等，我再来宣传一下，8、9月份干爹感谢季的奖品，那个罗技的 G310键盘，还有应该是有2个键盘，另外一个键盘是什么我还没有收到，然后应该会有3样吧，2样到3样的礼物要给你们，给干爹，有订阅的，9月15号左右会抽吧，然后我还有去要那个 Wild Force 的门票，那如果说有要到的话，会要10张，有要到的话，我会在 Wild Force 之前把票抽出来给你们。那要去现场的话，要18岁以上才可以去。那当然这个票不一定有啦，因为我还没有要到，所以我不确定有没有。那有的话，我就会抽给大家。哦，可能粉丝团抽一些，然后干爹抽一些这样子。对，那这个是否干爹的哦，订阅才有。OK， 好，那我们就先睡觉啦，明天再见了，拜拜，明天见。